Chapter 11 of The Mandalorian Season 2 is here, and we finally know more about the Sasha Banks character. But boy, do we get a lot more than just Sasha Banks in this episode. So let's get right into it. And first up, I gotta say, I love the breakneck speed of this adventure episode. I mean, the Razor Crest barely makes it to this water planet, and before we know it, the Mandalorian and the child are being ambushed by the Quarren, only to be saved by, wait for it, Bo-Katan herself, played by Katie Sackhoff, and two other Mandalorians, one of which is Sasha Banks. And just when I thought this episode couldn't get much better, we have those three Mandalorians led by Bo-Katan herself and Din Djarin assaulting a Gazanti-class Imperial cruiser, absolutely stuffed to the gills with stormtroopers. After an absolutely amazing action sequence, the Mandalorians of course prevail, and Bo-Katan reveals to Din Djarin where Ahsoka Tano herself can be found. As a huge fan of Star Wars animation, I cannot stress enough how amazing it was to see Katie Sackhoff playing Bo-Katan in live action. There wasn't one moment in this episode that I thought, ooh, that's not quite Bo-Katan. Katie Sackhoff absolutely nails this character, and that's no surprise to me as she has voiced the character for several years. And I think Chapter 11 is just another great example of how involved Dave Filoni must be in the writing of Season 2, but also the direction on set. And this all makes me very excited to see Ahsoka Tano in a future episode. That said, I also thought Sasha Banks did an amazing job as a Mandalorian. She certainly looked the part, and definitely everyone's gonna love her from now on since she did rescue the child. And I must say, in this episode, Jon Favreau did a great job of tying it in back to that Western theme. Even though the episode takes place on a water planet and involves Mandalorians, I thought the heist of the Gazanti cruiser, well, to me, it felt like a good old Western train heist. And although there was this connection to that Western theme, certainly it felt very much like Star Wars. Bo-Katan and her Mandalorians were absolutely perfect, and the Imperial officer that was commanding the Gazanti cruiser, he was just perfect. He looked like he was right out of Rogue One or any of the other Star Wars movies. And I must say, this episode as a whole just seemed like it was a feature film, or at least part of one. The production value was just through the roof in my opinion. For example, in that last scene when Din Djarin is charging towards the stormtroopers with their grenades, he's getting absolutely pelted and blasted. It just looked fantastic. Not to mention, this action was a great moment in the story because it helped him earn the respect of Bo-Katan, despite the fact that they apparently have different Mandalorian beliefs. But moving on to one more point here, there was something else that was really unique about that episode, and that was seeing the child with the frog lady and her husband. Seeing the child with two parents like that, well, to me it was a sad moment, but it also serves as a reminder to us, the audience, as to why Din Djarin is doing all this fighting. His ultimate goal is to reunite Baby Yoda, the child, with his own species. But hey, Star Wars fans, let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, I'm Mike, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.